Micromanagement. Micromanagement is the main killer of innovation and morale in a company. It creates a culture of fear that paralyzes decision making at all levels. Micromanagement means you don't leave any room for innovation or mistakes and make others insecure, as everything must be exactly as you want. Unfortunately, micromanagement is much bigger and more damaging and more prevalent than you may think. Some managers, by manager, I mean those who are supervising staff, whether they are a real manager, entrepreneur, or whoever is in charge of supervising the staff. They are making themselves the reference and the holy person of the company and will check every single details of the job, keeping the whole team dependent on them. Over time, the team will lose their self-esteem as they know that they have to please that specific manager or be criticized. This creates a cycle of learned helplessness, something that is called learned helplessness, where employees stop thinking independently. Those managers enjoy being superior and love being in the situation to be the reference of the company, with everyone asking them about every single detail. Most of those micromanagers will constantly walking around and checking and looking for errors and mistakes and something to criticize, and they will find them. These kinds of micromanagement, despite looking as great as they may appear to be, watching and controlling everything, and everyone has to constantly ask them questions from about the guidance and about the very detail, making them look like they are the center and the mastermind of the company, are actually harmful and toxic. This kinds of behavior creates bottlenecks that slow down every process in the organization. This kinds of micromanagement mindset and this kind of micromanaging people are toxic to the company, and either they must change their mindset, or if they are employed, let them go if you want your business to grow. This doesn't mean that you should let people make mistakes without any supervision. Perfectionism in providing services or products and customer service must be documented and put into what is called SOPs, or standard operating procedures. SOP creates consistency without requiring constant supervision. An SOP is a document that tells exactly how each task must be done and what kinds of quality must be achieved at the end of that process. Essentially, everyone must be responsible for following the SOP, not for pleasing the mastermind person of the company. If there is anything new, it has to be part of an SOP. Everyone should be able to come up with new ideas. That's the basic. And if that idea works, increase the productivity and makes the job easier, then it goes into the SOP and update the SOP. So everyone in the company does the same and follow the same SOPs. In the same way, in the society, there are laws and everyone must be responsible for the law, not those responsible for enforcing the law. Those micromanaging managers usually resist against building and producing SOPs and systems. As SOPs and having rules and standardizing the system means they lose their feeling of being the mastermind and they lose their authority in the company. In companies that micromanage and do micromanaging, talented people usually leaves because micromanager masks everybody but themselves, and the company will be filled with the people, yes sir people, it's called yes sir people, are totally reactive people who their job and their duty is just to keep their job and accept any type of criticism. And micromanagement leads to a toxic culture of blaming and culture of he said, she said, who said, constant finger pointing to everybody because everyone is afraid of being blamed by the micromanager. This environment kills collaboration and innovation as employees focus on avoiding blaming rather than solving problems. The micromanager essentially hold the business hostage as they most probably won't share their knowledge, wanting to keep everybody dependent on them, intentionally or unintentionally.